everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to discuss a bit about Epiphany, which sounds super spiritual, but it doesn't necessarily need to be. I was having a rough week last night, and I think we kind of got that when I was discussing with you guys last week. And there's been a lot of change since then, as there so often is. Long story short, the other day I really took a look at myself and said, why are you so upset about these things? And, not always in life can we stop being upset, but sometimes you can realise what you've got, and you can realise that you're approaching a problem wrong, and you can realise that if you tackle it differently, everyone can be happier, not just you, but the person who might be receiving your ire, your anger, your frustration. Sometimes it's as simple as changing your perspective, understanding someone else. If you feel like maybe you're second best, well, why might that be? Were you there for that person? Were you available? Did you let them know how you felt? Because sometimes you don't. You might think you have, but you haven't. It's all in here. You've thought that they should know how you feel. You've thought that they should read your mind. And life doesn't work that way. Some people can interpret people, empathise. Other people, they don't know. They can't tell. Especially people with certain, things going on in their life. They are oblivious to the world around them because their world is crazy as hell right now. That doesn't mean that you're wrong. That doesn't mean that your feelings are invalid. There's a song by Secret, which is a funny one to bring up, but it's called I Don't Want to Know. And I think one of the lines in that song really exemplifies this point, and I forgot it. Oh my gosh. It's coming. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. I'm getting there. I'm gonna just play it through my head. You don't need a reason. This is not your fault. And that's so true, right? So many things that happen in life is not the fault of any one person or the fault of anyone at all. People get feelings, people get hurt, people are frustrated, people are angry, but you can't always blame someone for that. So what do? Because sometimes it's easier to blame someone, right? If you blame someone, you have a focus for your anger. You have maybe a dispute, an argument, it's over, you move on, whatever, right? But it's funny, I was watching Golden Girls the other day, kind of as a coping mechanism, something comfy, something a little bit more comedic, something. It's weird, I watched Golden Girls when I was a kid, so it's something that's kind of like comforting to me. I'm not a big comfort TV watcher, but for some reason this week I was. And one of the lines, there's a moment where Dorothy and Sophia, mother and daughter and mother, are sitting and discussing anger regards Dorothy's husband Stan, who cheated on her. And it was like a really obscure line and played for laughs, but it's so true. It was like, anger is like shredded wheat. If it gets stuck in your teeth, and like it'll just fester, and it'll cause I think it was like an ulcer or something, she said. But the point being that if you don't get that anger out, somehow it's bad for you. And I actually got pretty emotional at that, because I felt I had undue anger towards someone this week, and it was because of me. I couldn't control my emotions. I needed to be better. The other person had done nothing wrong at all. Like, they're just living their life, and I'm expecting something that I can't expect because they have gone through and are going through and deserve different things right now. And it was weird. It was like this big... I've had two of these moments recently, actually. A euphoric kind of eureka moment where I feel like for the first time ever I've actually cast off these dark moments fully and just been like happy and zen and calm. And this one just felt so like an epiphany, right? Like my life could be totally different from this point if I let it, you know? And that's like so exciting, and it gets me so excited. And I really hope the same for everyone watching and listening. If you feel like you're going through a hard time, try and spin the narrative. It's not always easy. Some things are objectively bad. But in that moment, can we take a positive even still? If you're worried about someone, like if you're panicked about them, they've been hurt or they're struggling, or can you appreciate that friendship? Like, can you go, you know what, actually, the reason I feel bad right now is because of all these great things that have happened, that I enjoy and still enjoyed and will forever have. And like, that's amazing, right? Like, I'm panicked about the future all the time. We all are, at varying levels. I literally panic so much about that, like worry unendingly. But I take the positives of, I know that right now I'm in a moment that I will look back on in 10 years, 20 years, hopefully 30 years, etc. and say, wow, that was such a great time for me. I wish I could go back to then. And so I'm living every day, being better, doing better, so that that person, that future mythos, that future me can go, hey, you tried your damnedest and you came out, better for it. Maybe not always the best, maybe not always the 100% right way, but you tried. And it was just so nice to break free of all of the baggage that I've had for so long and learn a little bit more about myself. So, in other words, I feel like I've really just scraped it back this week. It's tentative still. It's scary. I'm worried I will still feel these negative emotions, and I will. But I need to deal with them. I deal with them properly. And I hope, and I want the same for you. Like, unendingly the same for you. That's all I can say, really. And I hope this feels comforting. I hope this feels worth it. I hope this feels like you know that someone is out there going through a similar thing. Someone isn't perfect and prim all the time. That someone can give advice that is actually going through it, and on top of that, doesn't have all the answers, even if he is giving the advice. So I really want to impart that upon you and give that to you. And I hope this week coming, things work out for you. Because when I changed my mindset, I had two friends randomly ask to hang out with me this week. And I don't believe in kismet necessarily. I don't believe in fate. I find it hard to, because I feel like the world is such chaos sometimes. I know you guys feel the same. But this week I did, because I put positivity out in the universe and I got rewarded. And what more can you say about that? It might have been freak, but it doesn't feel like that to me. And it felt good and it felt right. And I'm so excited for the next week and the week after and all the weeks to come. Because if you're not excited for what comes next, you need to change your perspective, one way or another. Right? With all that said, a little side note. I'm going to be changing my schedule a bit going forward. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but so you guys are aware, I am really enjoying this Sunday morning catch-up video. I think it really feels like I'm talking to you guys, like I'm imparting, hopefully, on you guys, like it's like it's nourishing for me. I know that sounds weird to say, but it feels like really rejuvenating to come and say, hey guys, I had a bad week. Hey guys, I had a good week. Here's what I learned. It's like I'm feeding back to you guys. So that's going to be like prime content going forward. I still want to do so much more. I still want to invest more time. I'm still looking at getting this camera sorted for more top-down reading, etc. But this feels right, especially because last week you guys really responded to that video. I had 15 people subscribe across a day, 2 days, and you don't understand how much that meant to me. This is still such a small channel, and I have no expectations or not goals, but like I'm not in that mindset for this channel, because it's about you guys and me and talking and being okay. And if people vibe with that along the way, that's great. But it made me feel elated, and I just want you guys to know that. Thank you for making my week better. I hope I've made you guys' weeks better as we've been going through this journey. Before I get emotional or say too much, I'm gonna go. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great new week, a great time zone, and that you're rested and relaxed for the week ahead. Much love. Thank you as always. See you guys later.